Joe Radio.
Locally, they thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your tops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
That's what you knock them down. Keep them on. Maybe even send me the link. Family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid
Ian
and CPR.
coming up in
It's an opportunity
3,
to
2,
practice
1.
your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of New World creativity like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
1240 Joe Radio.
Back at Goss Stadium, and last night, one of the most efficiently pitched games I've seen over the many years in this league, 2 hours and 9 minutes, and the tone was set by and the Beavers, Ian Lawson. Ian, nice job last night. Tell me what was working for you early and often. It just looked like you were getting outs.
Throwing in the zone a lot, and I was lucky enough that they were swinging at almost anything I was throwing. So a lot of ground outs, a lot of pop outs. Made the game real fast.
But lucky, but on the other, seeing it out of your hand a little differently than what they end up hitting. You were getting pretty soft contact, weren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what's that a function of in terms of when your stuff's working like?
It's a big importance for me because my ball has a little bit of tilt on it since I'm so tall. So working down in the zone provides a lot of ground balls and a lot of pop-ups.
You have a good defense behind you, too, so you trust that. I would assume that that's why staying away from ball four or whatever else, I would imagine, is pretty hard. Ian, when you talk about how tall you are, has that been at all problematic to kind of harness it all? You've got a lot of moving parts. You are, I guess, be a little more economical, shorten up a little bit when you have so much going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little bit of body sync issues and a lot of lonely work on myself, just trying to get all that working. And yesterday was a great example of that, of my hard work.
I was going to ask you about that under the tutelage of Bo and Coach Yoon, Brooke Knight, this staff, in terms of the work you're getting in. What kind of things have you worked on?
Oh, there's been every single day, and usually the day after you throw is the hardest day, but we mix it up a little bit. And I just going on how I usually do.
Yeah. What about the physical stuff, Ian, in terms of the running and all of that? I mean, can you feel the difference? How much does that help you, all that conditioning stuff, when it comes to what you do on the mound?
My body feels a lot better than it did last year for sure. I went 6 strong yesterday, and I was feeling great afterwards. So the running definitely paid off for me.
Ian Lawson, my guest, feeling great.
I mean, I think I could have squeaked by a 7th inning, but my pitch count was getting out there a little bit, so I think I just had to take that one off, and maybe next time.
It's different. Every pitcher's program in the summer is a little different. But is it your plan, at least at this point, you're going to ride this thing out, try to get the ball, get a few more?
My pitching coach wants me to get as many innings as possible in order for next year to be prepared for a potential starting spot. So I'm here for the whole summer.
Well, so my question is, Ian, based on you're coming back, based on who you know is coming back, how excited are you for maybe?
Next year, a lot of freshmen are going to start stepping up. Mason Guerra, Travis Bazan, all these guys are starting to grow up a little bit, and they're going to be a huge importance for us next year.
Bit too, and I'm excited about that. So taking a pause for a moment, Knights, you're in a quest for a championship here. Do you feel like you got a win away from going to Omaha? You feel like that's still out there for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the pitching staff is going to go strong this year. We have a lot of guys coming back and a lot.
Ian, if you pitch like you did last night, you'll be a big part of it. Congratulations on that. It was great to see and look forward to it the next time around. Thanks for taking time. A 3-0 win to set the tone in the series. They go after another series win here tonight. Duke Brotherton will get the baseball. Comes around and the Cougs visit. It'll be go Beavs. But tonight it's go Duke and go Wazoo. And by the way, when it comes to Wazoo, it was a go Beavs kind of feel with Ian Lawson last night. He pitched very well. We've got the lineups in the first pitch on another beautiful summer night in Corvallis. 1969. We'll talk more about that as we go tonight. Glad to have you with us on 1240 Joe Radio.
Motor does it all.
Thank you.
Easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup, rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer.
Dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing with drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the $853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had put the plans together and went to Philomath Rental, where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The Patty
Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Whether it's residential
I'm
or
sorry.
commercial
Say what?
service,
Say
Cowlitz Plumbing has been
say again,
serving the
TJ.
local area
I
with
said, are you going
quality.
to break down the image we got from the telescope last week?
I have.
Calvin's Plumbing.
But thank you for that tip, and I'll look at it when I get a chance. Thank you. Is this it? The last spot? Stadium of Coleman Field, and away we go with apologies to Neil Feist and Jackie Gleason. The first pitch to Austin Smith, missed for a better base hit. Austin Smith, a leadoff single for Cowlitz. Shackled thoroughly last night by the strong pitching bullpen by Feist and Nathan DeSchreiber. But a good tone setter for Cowlitz, trying to bounce back. The right-hand hitting left fielder, Duke Brotherton's first pitch to Callan misses high and inside. Bears. Embry, he of the major leagues. Bunch of them. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Brotherton. Our first action into the alleyway, and the count goes to 1-1. Austin Smith, the right fielder, he's at first base with the leadoff single. Sam Canton on deck, the center fielder. Good fastball from Big Duke in there for a strike. 6'5", 215, Mercer Island High School, and a Coug, and a long line of Cougs. Brotherton following in his parents and grandparents, and I think great-grandparents' footsteps. The 1-2 breaking ball in there. Strike 3 called. Good pitch to Callan Halverson. One away in the top of the first. Aaron Parker, the cleanup hitter for Cowlitz, at third base. Alec Arnone hitting fifth and catching. Ben Ziegler, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Cade McGee hitting seventh at first base. Brock Bozette hitting eighth at shortstop. Brady Majeski batting ninth at second base. And out of the University of Portland, Ryan Rembies getting the baseball. Rembies from Redmond, Washington. A left-hander from the Bluff and Coach Loomis's program at the University of Portland. Sam Canton taking ball one from Brotherton. Austin Smith at first, one out, nobody on. Duke to the plate, and the fastball misses, ball 2, 2-0. Duke Brotherton, Mercer Island High School, and a fourth generation Coug. I had the pleasure of meeting ever so briefly Brad and Amy, Duke's folks, following the tough outcome in Wenatchee. The 2-0 pitch on the way gets off the mid of Tanner Smith. Kind of a late break. The throw down to Spencer Scott from Tanner Smith is in time to get Austin Smith. 2 down. Austin decided a little late when he thought that Tanner Smith was going to have more difficulty coming up with a baseball that glanced off of Tanner's mitt. Tanner did a good job to quickly recover and throw to Spencer Scott for out number 2. And now the count to Sam Canton, meanwhile, is moved to 3-0. Brotherton delivers low and in. That's a 4-pitch walk to Sam Canton, but the previous pitch and result on Austin Smith getting caught at second takes a little pressure off of Duke. Aaron Parker, the batter. Parker, the right-hand hitting third baseman, will step in for Cowlitz with a man aboard and 2 down. I was actually on the air when I met Brad and Amy briefly, and we were talking about the last pitch that Duke threw in Wenatchee that probably could have been, should have been, depending on how one views the statistic of error. However, much may be taken in a dim view by the estimable Bill James. It was an error, game-winning play, a walk-off win for Wenatchee on what could have been a double play ball. First pitch, breaking ball to Aaron Parker, a strike. Now the 0-1 fastball fouled at the plate. The count quickly 0-2. But I was on the air and got a quick, hey, we're Brad, we're Amy, we're Duke's folks. Hi, nice to meet you. I hope they're at the ballpark tonight, and would hope to have a further conversation about the great lineage at Washington State in the Brotherton family through the generations. The strike 2 pitch from Duke, a 2-hopper wide of third. Timo Becerra to his left, throws, and a good job by Eli Kennel to maintain contact with the bag, stretching out, falling to the turf, and hanging on with the snow cone grab of the throw from Timo Becerra. Hit the turf, held on to the baseball, and the inning is over. He completed the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Cowlitz nothing. The Knights coming up on 1240 Joe Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time
TJ,
to
we
really
can go to
listen
90s
you?
now
Is your
unless I
financial
say
strategy
otherwise.
Personalized for you and your
Thank
family?
you.
Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Looking for someone to service your Volkswagen? Independent Auto Works has been taking care of Volkswagen since 1970, and their group of mechanics has over 80 years of combined experience working on Volkswagens. And if you need just a part, whether your VW is old or new, air-cooled or water-cooled, Independent Auto Works can help. Give them a call or stop by. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Your satisfaction is our success. Independent Auto Works.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the first inning at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. No score. The Knights will go to work now against left-hander Ryan Rembees, and the first pitch from Ryan is in there for a strike to Ryan Stafford. 0-1 the count. The 50-50 raffle tickets being sold in the ballpark, absolutely worthy of your support and attention, and hope that you're able to snap a few up. The strike 1 pitch to Ryan Stafford hit foul past Coach Nags. The count 0-2. Ryan Stafford leading off, the designated hitter for the Knights. Second, Titus Dimitriou, the cleanup hitter in left. Brady Lavoie batting 5th and right. Tanner Smith hitting 6th and catching. 0-2 to Ryan Stafford. Checks his swing on a fastball up and away. No swing on appeal. 1-2 the count. Timo Becerra batting 7th at third base. Spencer Scott hitting 8th at shortstop. Ethan Lovelace hitting 9th in center. And Duke Brotherton has already put up a 0. The Knights have combined now for 10 scoreless against Cowlitz. As we get underway in Game 2 with the finale tomorrow night at 6:35. The 1-2 pitch missing high to Ryan Stafford. Ryan up in the leadoff spot tonight for Brook Knight. He hits a comebacker fielded by Rembies, and Ryan flips to first for the out. One away in the first 2 ball games for the Corvallis Knights. Ryan had gone 3 for 6. Now Kiko Romero, the batter. Kiko stepping in at .250, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in. The 50-50 raffle will benefit Old Mill Center for children and families, providing resources and in-home support for eligible families in Lynn and Benton counties. So many great programs. The Relief Nursery is a free child abuse and neglect prevention program, child, teen, and family counseling, intensive treatment services, a day treatment program, certified and funded to provide day treatment for children ages 3 through 6 who are suffering from serious emotional challenges. It is important and serious and blessed work that they do at the Old Mill Center, and hope that you're able to contribute tonight. Kiko Romero with a count of 1-1 swings at a breaking ball and takes it back up the middle into center field for a base hit. A 1-out single for Kiko, and Eli Kennel to the plate. Eli at .262, the incoming freshman to Oregon State out of Santiam Christian High School, leading the Knights in home runs with 5 and in RBIs with 23. Brook Knight, 14th-year head coach, in his usual post over at third. Ed Nags coaching at first. Rembies tosses over to first base. Kiko Romero steps back. Ryan Rembies and Alec Arnone, the battery for Cowlitz. Cade McGee at first. Brady Majeski at second. Brock Bozette at short. Aaron Parker at third. The left-hander Rembies delivers with Romero going. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second was a strike from Alec Arnone, but evidently not in time. I thought the throw might have beaten Kiko. It was a good throw, but a nice slide by Kiko Romero getting in for the stolen base. And just as the Old Mill Center does wondrous and important work in our community, that stolen base means that Community Outreach, Inc. will benefit thanks to another $10 donation for every stolen base from Papay Material Handling to Community Outreach, Inc. The strike one pitch to Eli, pounded foul at the plate, 0-2 the count. Eli appeared to be taking a pitch on behalf of Kiko Romero, who did not get a great jump, but was able to pick up his 11th stolen base of the season. The Knights now with 105 as a club. By comparison, Cowlitz with 39. The pitch on the way, a line drive, base hit into center field. Romero had to take a step or two back towards second base, but then the ball gets through Sam Canton, and Romero will score anyway on the base hit to center field by Eli Kennel, and Kennel into second on the error on Sam Canton. As so often, we see fierce contact from Eli Kennel. There is life in that bat. There's no doubt about it. And with apologies to Big Daddy and Burl Lives, there is life, he declares in Elizabeth Taylor late. And it's a nice way for a cat on a hot tin roof to come to an end. There is life in the bat of Eli Kennel. No run batted in. But the error allowing Kiko to score from second, 1-0 Knights. Titus Dimitru, the batter. First pitch breaking ball from the left-hander Ryan Rembies in there for a strike, 0-1 the count. Ball was drilled to center, but with the ball hit behind him, Kiko had to look to make sure it cleared the middle infielders. So he would not have been able to score. He would have stopped at third, but Sam Canton overran the ball in straightaway center. Dimitru hits a ground ball to Aaron Parker's left. Aaron Fields looks back Kennel and throws across the diamond for out number 2. And that'll bring to the plate Brady Lavoie with the Knights leading 1-0. Titus Dimitru starting the evening at 284, an excellent summer. Boy heading back home for his collegiate baseball experience, hitting .250 with a couple of homers and 11 runs batted in. Eli Kennel at second base, 2 down, a run in. The left-hander Ryan Rembies comes set, glances back at Eli, delivers to Lavoie, who swings and strokes it into center field. It'll drop for a base hit. Eli Kennel scores. Sam Canton gets the ball back in, and the Knights lead it 2-0. Well, a good start for the Knights, who have the look about them here now, starting to come together. The way, and when I say starting to come together, I'm talking about the first half champion, Corvallis Knights. But a little bit uneven out of the gate in the second half, losing the series in Bend. But the way they dug out the series in Edmonton, the way they did so in Wenatchee, the victory over Portland on Monday, the way they pitched and played last night, the start they're off to tonight. It looks like they're beginning to hit their stride, and part of it, I think, has to do with some reinforcements. Just in terms of roster additions, and Ian Lawson had his best outing last night as a Corvallis Knight. Ryan Stafford coming in at a good time to help ease some of the burdens of the catching position, and just a lot of good things going on. The Knights hope to keep it going here in the first, leading 2-0. Throw to first base, and back to the bag steps Brady Lavoie. And speaking of additions and roster help, here's Tanner Smith for his second game back. Another throw to first, and Brady Lavoie again back to the bag. 2-0 Knights, bottom of the first inning. So, again, tonight, please look out for those who are wandering through the ballpark and support the 50-50 raffle effort for the Old Mill Center and the great work that they do. The left-hander, Ryan Rembies, to the plate, misses high. 1 ball and no strikes to Tanner Smith. Rembies from Marcus Tuiasosopo country, Woodinville, Washington. A throw over to first base. And again, Brady Lavoie back. A graduate of Redmond High School. And had a good spring on the bluff for Coach Loomis and Connor Lambert with the Pilots. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back by Tanner. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2-0 Knights in the bottom of the first inning. Rembies appeared in 13 games for the Pilots, 19 2/3 innings. An ERA of 3.66 with 18 punch-outs. Ryan, a snap throw to first base. Brady Lavoie dives back. For the summer, just across the river and up the road a ways in Longview with the Cowlitz program, Rembies is making his 6th appearance, his 4th start. He delivers to Lavoie, who swings and misses. 1-2 to Brady. 15 innings of work, 16 hits, 8 runs earned, 2 walks, so he's had good control, 19 strikeouts in 15 innings, a record of 1-1, an ERA of 4.80. And his 1-2 pitch to Lavoie, to Tanner Smith, is swung on and missed, strike 3. Lavoie at first base, singled home Eli Kennel. Kennel's base hit led to a run for the Knights, Kiko Romero scoring. So it's a good start for the Knights in their quest to win another series. 2 runs, 3 hits, an error, 1 left. 1 inning in on a beautiful summer night at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. The Knights 2 and Cowlitz nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com. Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
1240 Joe Radio.
2-0 Knights as we go to the top of the second inning. Duke Brotherton delivers to Alec Arnone in the turf, ball one. Arnone, right-hand hitting catcher, came on late last night as a pinch hitter, takes high. 2 balls and no strikes to Arnone. Alec will be followed by Ben Ziegler and then Cade McGee. 2-0 Knights, top of the second inning. The series concludes tomorrow at 6:35. Arnone swings at the 2-0 pitch, hits it foul above the McGrath family press box and out of play. Two balls and one strike to the right-hand hitting Alec Arnone. His third stop collegiately. Brotherton's breaking ball, a check swing. On appeal, no swing, and the count goes to 3-1 out of Capistrano Valley Christian School. That's in San Clemente, I believe. Beautiful area in the Southland. The 3-1 pitch, line down the left field line in the corner, foul, and the count goes to 3-2. Alec began his collegiate journey at UC Riverside, then transferred to Cal State University Northridge, and now at San Diego Christian College. A Cowlitz Black Bear for the summer of 2022. The 3-2 pitch hit high in the air to left and deep. Dimitru fights the sun, going back to the track, to the fence. The ball is off the middle of the 14-foot fence. Arnone is racing to third. The throw from Ethan Lovelace is not in time. Alec Arnone lofting one, high and deep, Sonny DeShera style. It nearly cleared the 14-foot fence. Arnone with a build. He's in better shape than DeShera, but he kind of reminds me a little bit of him. Big, burly right-handed hitter got into that and drove it deep off the middle of the 14-foot fence in straightaway left. A triple for Arnone to lead things off here in the second. A nice bit of hitting by Alec Arnone, who gets his first triple of the summer of 2022. Alec doing a nice job to get into the pitch. He's gotten into baseballs 3 times for homers with 18 RBIs, so he's got some pop. Ben Ziegler, the left-hand hitting designated hitter, takes a first pitch strike from Duke Brotherton. Duke working out of the windup, comes back with the 0-1 pitch and misses. 1-1 the count. 2-0 Knights in the second, but that 2-run lead jeopardized. Brotherton's breaking ball in there for strike 2. 1-2 to Ben Ziegler. Ziegler out of Yavapai College, but like Sean Weiss, heading to play for the University of Hawaii. K.J. Harrison's been added to the staff. Breaking ball rolled foul. Casey Weiss was kind enough to send me a Twitter mention of KJ, who announced his retirement as an active player recently. One of the nicest young men ever to come through the Oregon State baseball program. A good hitter, too. And he's going to be an undergrad assistant at Hawaii. The 1-2 pitch, fastball will produce a run. A ground ball to second. Eli Kennel bobbles, stays with it, and throws to first for the out. Ziegler picks up the run batted in. Alec Arnone comes down the line to score. And Cowlitz has cut the lead in half at 2-1. Cade McGee will be the hitter. I was really happy to get that bit of information from Casey. Sean, of course, is off to the University of Hawaii, where he will come under the tutelage of all the coaches there, and I'm sure be as impressed with K.J. Harrison as we were through K.J.'s outstanding career with the Beavs. Remember that grand slam that he hit in 2017 against, I can't remember, I think LSU maybe. The first pitch missing, the count 1-0. I believe it was against LSU in the first meeting in the College World Series in 17. K.J. hit a grand slam. The Beavers won big, but LSU did turn things around later. Cade McGee takes a look at a 1-1 breaking ball that misses from Brotherton. 2-1 the count, 2-1 Knights, top of the second inning. KJ never did quite ascend to the major leagues, and he's calling it a career and beginning, as he tweeted, a new chapter in his life as an undergrad at Hawaii. The 2-1 pitch is in there, strike 2, 2-2. Cade McGee, the right-hand hitting first baseman. Duke Brotherton, in the bright sunshine of this early evening, delivers a ground ball to short. Spencer Scott looks it in on the turf and throws across to Kiko Romero. 2 away, and Brock Bozette will be the hitter. On the triple by Arnone, it was a tough play, no question about that. Dimitru tracked it pretty well, but probably in the end, when the reason it ended up being a triple and not a double, Dimitru thought he might have a chance to leap high and perhaps take it. But the ball went halfway up that 14-foot fence. That would have been an amazing grab by Titus, who gave it his best look, but retreating as far as he did to the base of the fence. Once it came off the fence, it got by Titus, and Ethan Lovelace gathered by then. Arnone built up the head of steam and got to third. Brock Bozette fouls one back. 0-1 the count. 2 down, a run in. 2-1 Knights. Good fastball from Duke. In there for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Duke Brotherton with a big outing for him tonight. He's making his 4th start, 7th overall appearance, 14 innings, 15 hits, an ERA of 6.42. He delivers, swung on and fouled at the plate. So just as Ian Lawson took advantage of an opportunity to come back home and have his best overall game as a night, I think this is a big one for Duke, too. He's had some good numbers, 18 strikeouts in 14 innings, only 6 walks, a record of 1-2. Ahead 2-1, delivers 0-2, and the fastball misses high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Brock Bozette, the right-hand hitting shortstop, out of Ferris High School in Spokane, swings and pulls the breaking ball foul. And just as Duke Brotherton comes from a great family of Cougs, Brock Bozette, a tremendous family of Zags. His brothers Bo and Blake both played at Gonzaga. And Brock is currently on the Zags roster, hoping for a bigger role in the spring of 23. 1-2, 2 down, nobody on. Duke Brotherton to the plate, breaking ball, ground ball to short. Good hop for Spencer Scott, who fields cleanly and throws to Kiko, and the inning is over. A leadoff triple for Alec Arnone. Cowlitz cashes it in on a ground-out run batted in for Ben Ziegler, but also a nice recovery for Duke Brotherton. 1 run, a hit, nobody left after 1.5. The Knights 2 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
For auto glass solutions, better call a glass man. Call 541 760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Timo Becerra, Spencer Scott, and Ethan Lovelace coming up for the Knights in the bottom of the second. The Knights leading the Cowlitz Black Bears 2-1. Timo takes low and inside from left-hander Ryan Rembies. 1 ball and no strikes to Becerra. Rembies works out of the stretch with the bases empty, comes back with a 1-0 pitch, and Becerra lines it toward the alley into right center field. Sam Canton over to cut it off. A big turn at first by Becerra. He'll hold, with Canton getting the ball back into Brady Majeski. Good swing by Timo, hitting behind the ball for the base hit into right center. And Spencer Scott to the plate, with the Knights leading 2-1. Brooke Knight, a practitioner. Indeed he is, of the short game. We'll see if he asked Spencer to lay one down here. 1 sacrifice hit on the summer. Spencer not bunting, takes a fastball from Rembies for a strike. Spencer's had a good summer, hitting .265, no homers and 15 runs batted in. Coach Knight goes through the signs at third. Timo Becerra can steal a bag for you, too, on his own. He's held on by Cade McGee. The strike 1 pitch, fastball on the outside corner, and Rembies ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Timo Becerra with the leadoff single starting the night at .250. Timo 10 for 11 in stolen bases. 0-2 to Spencer Scott. Rembies out of the bright sunlight into the shadows where Spencer Scott stands in the right side of the box. Spencer takes high, ball 1, 1-2. Folks wandering through the Jack Riley concourse on this beautiful evening, and I'm grateful to note that the man himself is here for whom the concourse is named, the great Jack Riley, in the ballpark tonight. The 1-2 pitch, pop foul, over our heads in the McGrath family press box, and some quick urchins out there tonight. Some good speed. If there was a scout for the urchins, they would be impressed, marking things down in their notebooks. There's some talent in the alley tonight. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer Scott. There goes Becerra. Spencer swings, and it's one the other way into the alley, and the kids race back from the grassy area and playing the ball off the facade of Dixon Rec. It is quite a scene, game to game here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Urchin Alley since 2007 and growing. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Spencer. 2-1 Knights, bottom of the second inning. Timo Becerra at first, nobody out. Ethan Lovelace on deck. Ryan Rembies out of the stretch, throws to first, and scrambling back to the bag is Timo Becerra. 6:35 again tomorrow as the Knights and Black Bears wrap up this series. Friday night, Cap Night. The first 250 fans, so make sure you get here early, with the Portland Pickles in town. Knights trying to chase Portland down. Caps to be given away Friday night here before the game. The 1-2 pitch to Spencer Scott from Ryan Rembies misses high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Timo Becerra, the leadoff single, with a count of 2-2. Has gone on 1 pitch, does not go here. The 2-2 breaking ball missing down and in. 3-2 the count, setting up a likely scenario for Timo to run. 3-2 to Spencer Scott. With the Knights trying to stay hot after losing the series at Bend, they have bounced back impressively. Start the night at 7-4 after winning the first half. There goes Becerra. The 3-2 pitch is ball 4. And the Knights in business here in the bottom of the second. First and second, nobody out, and Ethan Lovelace to the plate. Ethan is most likely up there to bunt against his teammate with the Portland Pilots. Ethan has a sacrifice. He has a homer, 9 runs batted in, hitting just .185, a key contributor last summer. A big year for Ethan in helping the Knights win their 5th straight West Coast League title. He does show bunt, and he gets a good bunt down to the left side. Rembies defers to his third baseman, Parker, who throws it away. But an excellent job by the second baseman, Brady Majeski, to back up the wild throw. Majeski moving over into foul territory and prevents Timo Becerra from scoring. The Knights have loaded the bases. It'll be a sacrifice for Ethan Lovelace and a throwing error on Aaron Parker. Rembies, I thought, had the best chance of getting an out on the play, but the ball got by him, bunted well enough by Lovelace to clear Rembies, falling off and coming towards the third baseline. The first pitch to Ryan Stafford with the bases full and nobody out, misses for ball 1, 1-0. 2-1 Knights in the bottom of the second, but a chance to at least get the run back that Cowlitz managed to score in the top of the inning. The infield a double play depth for the Black Bears. The 1-0 pitch to Stafford, swung on and fouled back. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Look forward to meeting Ryan Stafford and getting him on as a pregame show guest. I visited briefly with Luca DiPaolo yesterday, another member of the Knights catching staff, outstanding young man. We'll look forward to getting him on the show soon, too. The 1-1 pitch to Stafford in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. Luca's such a nice young man, and 2 days in a row he has chased down my pregame show guest. Hey, have you seen Ian Lawson? Oh, I'll go find him, and off he goes. Thank you to Luca. Good kid, and look forward to meeting him soon on the air. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 1-2 pitch. Ryan fights it off, fouling it towards Urchin Alley, and it's careening around the entrance to Dixon Rec and back into the alley where the kids give chase again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, bases loaded, nobody out. Timo Becerra at third, Spencer Scott at second, Ethan Lovelace at first. The 1-2 pitch to Stafford, and he fights that one off, fouling it away again. 1-2 to Ryan. Kiko Romero on deck. Knights baseball presented by our friends at Pape Material Handling, as we mentioned earlier. They've teamed up again this summer with Community Outreach Inc. Every stolen base, Pape Material Handling provides support to COI. The 1-2 pitch in the turf, good block by Alec Arnone. That evens the count to Ryan Stafford. 2 balls and 2 strikes, with the Knights leading 2-1, but threatening to do some big damage here in the second after scoring 2 in the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. Rembies delivers a 2-2 pitch, and Stafford fouls that one back. Ethan Lovelace aboard. It was Ethan who first put me on to the quality of hitter that Ryan Stafford is, as I visited with Ethan up at in Portland at Walker Stadium on Monday. The 2-2 pitch on the way, a chopper to third, backhanded by Aaron Parker, goes to the plate for a force. And that's a good play by Parker in that I thought he might have been able to backhand, step on third, and throw to first for a double play, but that would have yielded a run. As it is, he's able to throw out Becerra at the plate with Stafford bouncing into the fielder's choice. 5-2. And so the bases remain loaded, but the score remains 2-1. With Kiko Romero, who singled last inning at the plate, swings at the first pitch and doesn't get it. No balls and a strike to Kiko, with Spencer Scott at third, Ethan Lovelace at second. Stafford tore us up. He can hit, and we well believe it. And the unassisted out to the mound goes the catcher Alec Arnone for a visit with Ryan Rembies. The Knights with a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the second inning. Arnone and Rembies visiting on this July 20th, 2022. I'm not sure where all of you were 53 years ago when we landed, Apollo 11 did, on the moon. We, the U.S., the world. The strike one pitch, Kiko swings and fouls it away. No balls and 2 strikes, but as I mentioned at the end of our pregame conversation with Ian Lawson, there are some baseball moments on that day 53 years ago, July 20th, 1969. Are any of you old enough to remember where you were when we landed on the moon? I know exactly where I was. 2-1 Knights in the second. The pitch on the way to Kiko taken. Strike 3 called. 2 down. Good work by Ryan Rembies, and he's an out away from getting out of a mess. It was bases loaded, nobody out. Now bases loaded and 2 down, but he's got to cope with Eli Kennel. Eli ripped a single to center field last inning. He scored one of the Knights' 2 runs. Has a chance to make sure that the Knights don't squander an opportunity here in the second. Bases full, 2 down. Rembies to Eli, breaking ball strike in the count 0-1. I mentioned Jack Riley. He has a legendary figure sitting next to him in his own right, none other than John Casey, who has sat down next to Jack. John recently threw out the first pitch and celebrating his 37th birthday here. Kennel swings at the strike 1 pitch and hits it foul to the left and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 Knights, but the Knights had the bases loaded and nobody out. Now the bases loaded and 2 down. Spencer Scott at third, Ethan Lovelace at second, Ryan Stafford at first. 0-2 to Eli Kennel. Rembies delivers, breaking ball lined into right center field, base hit. Scott scores, Ethan Lovelace right behind him. He will score. Stafford races into third, and Eli Kennel is 2 for 2. The Knights lead it 4-1. The ball comes off his bat impressively. There's no question about that. There is life in that bat, saith Big Daddy. 4-1 Knights in the bottom of the second. Runners at first and third and 2 down for Titus Dimitru, who grounded out to third base last inning. Kennel bringing that bat of his to Oregon State next spring. 2 for 2 tonight. Ryan Rembies was just about out of it. He was ahead of the count 0-2 and left too much of the breaking ball over the plate with 2 strikes. And Eli Kennel made him pay for it. A throw to first and back to the bag steps Eli. 4-1 Knights in the bottom of the second. Rembies out of the stretch. The left-hander to Titus, who takes a little bit high. Ball 1, 1-0. Different than 24 hours ago at this time on a lot of different levels, but one of which is it's a little bit cooler, a little bit breezier. The breeze is blowing out towards left center field. Last night was gentle, a still kind of evening. Dimitru, a wonder, a bases loaded, nobody out opportunity. A 2-out, 2-run single for Eli. The Knights leave 2, but they get 2, and after 2, the Knights 4, and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Downward Dog across the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across the OSU campus.
If you're fed up with dirty grout lines, maybe it's time to consider cultured marble. Hi, I'm Katie Albin at Albin's Plumbing in Corvallis. Cultured marble is an affordable way to get the look of marble, and the best part is, no grout lines, affordable and easy to maintain. Come by our showroom on 9th Street in Corvallis and see the beautiful look of cultured marble.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282, Albin's Plumbing.
Do you ever experience headaches? Or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
1240 Joe Radio.
We go to the third inning. The Knights leading 4-1. Right-hander Duke Brotherton goes to work. I mentioned the pleasure of meeting his folks, Brad and Amy. Mark Lavoie, Brady Lavoie's dad, was kind enough to come by and say hello. The pitch butted up along third, barehanded by Timo Becerra. For the Cowlitz Black Bears here in the top of the third inning. Perfectly placed up along third. And that'll bring to the plate Austin Smith, who singled to center field in his first at-bat. Brady Majeski, there's a song I'm trying to think of that if you remember July 20th, 1969, which I do, you might remember also the song I'm trying to think of here now, and the line and the ball player in a song I used to, I think, almost know by heart, but it's been a long time since I've heard it. Austin Smith takes a breaking ball strike. 0-1 the count. 4-1 Knights, top of the third. Majeski out of Prairie High School in Vancouver with a bunt single. Duke Brotherton's fastball misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. A beautiful, lilting love song about baseball and nothing but names. Just names of baseball players sung by the great jazz pianist, lyricist Dave Frischberg. The song Van Lingle Mungo. The 1-0 fastball, high, ball 2, 2-1. I don't know if you've ever heard it. You could probably YouTube it right now and hear it and enjoy, even if you never have before. It's just baseball names from Dave Frischberg's growing up. Mainly 50s names, 50s and early 60s, I'd say. The 2-1 pitch on the way, a chopper to the left of Eli Kennel. A long move. He slides into the turf from one knee, throws out Austin Smith. Good play by Eli Kennel, who certainly has contributed with his bat tonight, 2 for 2, with a couple of runs batted in. And starting to really get a feel at second base as well. He projects as a second baseman for the Beavs, or DH. And Travis Pizzana, I mean, Mitch Canham will find a way to get Eli's bat in the lineup, no doubt about that. But it's a good problem to have. But Eli's certainly growing as a defender and has had some nice moments at second. A fly ball to center field. Ethan Lovelace will play it on a hop, and holding at second base, Brady Majeski, Heidi Majewski, Van Lingle Mungo. There's a player with a last name that Dave Frischberg sings. Something Majeski, Heidi Majewski, something Jewski. I'm going to have to look it up. But he sings it near the end of the song, and when I saw the name Brady Majeski, I thought of Frischberg and Van Lingle Mungo, and now I've got to come up with a name or I won't sleep tonight. Callan Halverson with the single to center, holding at second, Brady Majeski. Sam Canton, the batter, breaking ball from Duke Brotherton, misses low, ball 1. 4-1 Knights in the top of the third inning. Majeski at second. Callan, as in Ron, Halverson at first with a base hit. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Knights. A run, 4 hits for Cowlitz. Pitch on the way. A big chopper wide at first. Throw to second for 1 by Kiko Romero to Spencer Scott. And that's the only play. Brotherton was a little late in getting over to cover. Hesitated. It's automatic. He's just got to race over to the bag. Romero had the play in front of him, ranging to his right. It would have been a tough chance for him to turn, and Duke might not have been in the proper position anyway. So Romero does a good job to get an out on the fielder's choice 3-6 to shortstop Spencer Scott. 2 away, Aaron Parker, the hitter. On the play, Brady Majeski advancing to third. Parker bounced out to Timo Becerra at third in the first inning. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Brotherton delivers low, ball 1, 1-0. Four to 1 Knights in the top of the third inning. Same 2 clubs tomorrow night here at 6:35 to wrap up the series. The 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, a big one from Duke, and he had Aaron Parker rocking back on his heels, eliciting a pretty good ooh and awe from fans and maybe even within the Knights dugout. All the players thoroughly engaged, draped over the railing on the third base side. 1 ball and 1 strike to Aaron Parker. Brotherton delivers. Fastball whacked to right. Brady Lavoie is right there. Papa Mark claps his hands with everybody else. Brady makes the catch. The inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. I'm going to look up Van Lingle Mungo and see what I can come up with after watching Brady Majeski, Heidi Majewski. Who am I thinking of? I'm going to find out now as we go to the bottom of the third. The Knights 4 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious, made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
1240 Joe Radio.
Brady Lavoie, Tanner Smith, and Timo Becerra. Bottom of the third. The first pitch in there for a strike to Brady. And the 0-1 offering fouled into Urchin Alley to the right. Quickly 0-2. 4-1 Corvallis, bottom of the third. Left-hander Ryan Rembies giving up 2 unearned runs last inning. Nearly worked out of a bases loaded and nobody out jam. Nearly, though, the operative word. Eli Kennel crushed a 0-2 breaking ball for a 2-run single. The 0-2 pitch missing to Brady Lavoie. The lefty Rembies comes back and misses down and away. Ball 2. 2-2. Brady an RBI single in the first. The Knights 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Lead at 4-1 in the bottom of the third. Rembies back to the plate. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1 away. And the batter will be Tanner Smith. Tanner struck out last inning. Tanner trying to get his timing back. 3 strikeouts for left-hander Ryan Rembies. Tanner Smith in just his second game back, but looking forward to finishing out the summer in good style. He takes a breaking ball for a strike from the lefty Rembies. 0-1 the count. Well, it's right out of the gate in the classic song Van Lingle Mungo by the great Dave Frischberg. The 0-1 pitch on the way, breaking ball in there, and the count 0-2. I knew Dave and interacted with him quite often in Portland in the 90s. Interviewed him several times, saw a couple of his shows, loved the man. The strike 2 pitch, a breaking ball, stroked into left field, base hit. Tanner Smith gets his first hit of the summer of 2022 with the Corvallis Knights, and he does so on an 0-2 pitch. And for Ryan Rembies, that's got to be a little bit of a stinger, and that his last 2 0-2 pitches have been stroked for base hits. Eli Kennel last inning, a 2-run single, and now a 1-out base hit for Tanner Smith on an 0-2 count. Right out of the gate, Dave Frischberg sings Heaney Majeski. That's the first name of the song, which features nothing but baseball names from the 40s and 50s, primarily. Dave Frischberg's love of the game of baseball. I interviewed him about that a number of times and how he came to write Van Lingle Mungo, one of the more famous baseball songs ever. The 1-0 pitch to Timo Becerra, down and in for ball 2. But the song begins, Heaney Majeski, then Johnny G, Eddie Juice, Johnny Pesky. Always ends, each verse ends, each stanza with Van Lingle Mungo, the fastballing pitcher from his era. Whitey Koroski, Max Lanier, Eddie Waitkiss, Johnny Vandermeer, Augie Bergamo, Sigmund Jakuki, Big Johnny Mize, Barney McCoskey, Hal Trosky. 3 balls and no strikes to Timo Becerra. 1 out, 4-1 Knights in the third. And the 3-0 pitch, Rembies misses. Low and away for ball 4. Timo, who singled in his first at-bat, draws a walk here. And Spencer Scott, who walked last inning, will come to the plate. The Knights leading 4-1. And we'll see a visit to the mound now for the Cowlitz pitching coach. But on and on, the beautiful tune goes. Augie Galan, Pinky May, Stan Hack, Frenchie Bordigaray, Phil Cavaretta, George McQuinn, Howie Pollard, and Early Wynn, Art Passarella, Van Lingle Mungo. And the late, great fiddler, Eddie Basinski, also mentioned near the end of the song. So I'm not doing it justice at all. I would recommend it to you if you have any feel for that era, and even if you don't. Dave Frischberg, writing of baseball and baseball players' names and what they meant to him. And one day just sat down and wrote a beautiful had a melody, nice one to go with it. And wrote out the baseball names poetically, and it works. It still does. Van Lingle Mungo by Dave Frischberg. But Heaney Majeski. And I was put in mind of that by Brady Majeski, playing at second base tonight for the Cowlitz Black Bears. Spencer Scott, after the visit by the Cowlitz pitching coach, Spencer takes low and away from Ryan Rembies. 1-0 the count. Tanner Smith at second, Timo Becerra at first. The 1-0 pitch to Spencer, away, ball 2, 2-0. No one throwing in the Cowlitz bullpen. The Knights with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and have 2 on and 1 out here in the third. Rembies, the lefty, out of Redmond, delivers a strike. And the count 2-1 to Spencer Scott. Ethan Lovelace, the on-deck hitter. Because of the success of that song, I remember Dave was commissioned by the LA Dodgers organization to write a song about the Dodgers, and did in a similar fashion, naming all the Dodgers that played in LA. A foul ball, fair ball down the right field line. It'll drop for a base hit, not shallow enough to be an infield fly, and the ball off the bat of Spencer Scott drops in fair territory down the right field line. Tanner Smith had to make sure the ball wasn't caught by Brady Majeski in pursuit. Brady couldn't quite get to it, and the ball lands kind of in no man's land for a base hit. The Knights with the bases loaded again for Ethan Lovelace. Ethan aboard on a well-placed sacrifice bunt and ensuing throwing error by Aaron Parker last inning. 4-1 Knights, bottom of the third, bases loaded, 1 out. Lovelace swings, and it's a high pop foul off third. This will carry out of play and land on top of the Knights dugout on the third base side. 0-1 the count. The Knights with 8 hits already and have a chance to really separate here in the bottom of the third, with Tanner Smith at third base, Timo Becerra at second, a bloop single to right for Spencer Scott. Now 0-1 to Ethan Lovelace. With the bases loaded, 1 out, the infield at double play depth. Rembies delivers, and that will be an infield fly. Popped up near the mound, from behind the mound. First baseman Cade McGee comes over to grab it for the second out of the inning. So the Knights again seeking a clutch 2-out hit to make sure that they cash in on a pretty good opportunity. Last inning it was Eli Kendall with a 2-out, 2-run single. Ryan Stafford, the batter. Ryan is hit back to the box and into a fielder's choice last inning. 5-2, a force out at the plate with the sacks full. Ryan backs away from a breaking ball down near his ankles. 1-0 the count. 4-1 Knights. Bottom of the third inning. Frischberg told me that the song he wrote for the Dodgers and sang at a Dodger banquet or event, they brought him in live, he sang it live, brought Walter Alston, the Hall of Fame skipper, to tears. It was such a beautiful melody, and all the names down through the years that played Dodger baseball. Stafford takes high and away, ball 2. And the being in tears has come to mind thinking about the Mariners and their run of late and the magical run in '95 that brought Lou Piniella to tears. The 2-0 fastball swung on and missed by Stafford, and the count 2-1. Piniella figures into July 20th, 1969 in an indirect way, but he does. We'll get to that as we go tonight. 4-1 Knights in the third. Bases loaded, 2 down. Out of the stretch works Rembies, delivers to Stafford, misses high. Ball 3, 3-1. Tanner Smith at third base, Timo Becerra at second, Spencer Scott at first. Ryan Stafford with a good hitter's count here, 3-1. The left fielder, Callan Halverson, dealing with a tough sun in left. The 3-1 pitch down the middle for a strike. 3-2. Rembies was a strike away last inning from getting out of it, but left a breaking ball over the middle of the plate. Eli Kennel ripped it. Now we'll see what happens. 3-2, 2 down. Tanner, Timo, and Spencer go. The 3-2 pitch lifted foul into the alley to the right and out of play. It remains 3-2. The Mariners going into the All-Star break, the hottest team in Major League Baseball. They'll resume action at home Friday at T-Mobile with 14 straight wins going into the second half, so-called, of the Major League Baseball season. Another 3-2 pitch with the runners going. Whacked into center, base hit. Tanner Smith scores. Timo Becerra right behind him to score. The throw comes all the way through to the plate. Scooting into second is Ryan Stafford. Stopping at third base, Spencer Scott. The Knights lead it 6-1. A 2-run single for Ryan Stafford. Two innings in a row. Ryan Rembies was a strike away from getting out of a big jam. But last inning it was a 2-out, 2-run single by Eli Kennel. And tonight here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field against the Corvallis Knights, a 3-2 pitch with the runners going, not able to get out of it against Ryan Stafford, who singles up the middle to drive in 2. The Knights lead it 6-1. We have a pitching change here in the bottom of the third at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, presented by All Pro Property Services, your locally owned option for property cleaning, maintenance, renovation, and landscaping. Relax. All Pro Property Services has the bases covered. You can find All Pro Property Services on Facebook. The Knights 6, Cowlitz 1 back in 90 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Clear.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
1240 Joe Radio.
Right-hander Jacob Taggart is the new pitcher, 6 foot 165 out of Dixie State in Katy, Texas. He inherits a 6-1 deficit and runners at second and third with 2 down. Kiko Romero, the batter, and Taggart starts him with a strike, 0-1 the count. Kiko has singled to center and struck out looking. Spencer Scott at third, Ryan Stafford at second. Romero hits it sharply into left field, base hit. Scott scores, Stafford will too. The Knights lead it 8-1. On their 10th hit of the ball game, Kiko Romero, a 2-run single to left and a rude greeting for Jacob Taggart. And again, this ball club, the Knights, have the kind of the look of a team coming together for a strong stretch run. The Pickles come in this weekend for 3 in which the Knights hope they can gain some ground in the second half race. They're already safely in to the playoffs, having won the first half and home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Eli Kennel, who's 2 for 2, 2 well-struck balls against the left-hander Ryan Rembies. The left-hand hitting Kennel takes the right-hander Taggart's first pitch for a strike, 0-1 the count. 8-1 Knights, bottom of the third inning. Kiko, a 2-run single held on by Cade McGee. Jacob Taggart to the plate, off speed for a strike, and Eli down in the count 0-2. The impressive thing about Kennel is that both of his base hits tonight have come on 0-2 pitches. And he's down in the count here, 0-2, so he may have Taggart right where he wants him. 8-1 Knights in the bottom of the third, a 4-run inning. Taggart out of the stretch, delivers 0-2. One too many times to the 0-2 well. Swung out and missed, strike 3 for Eli. The inning is over, but a big inning it is as the Corvallis Knights score 4 in the inning. Ryan Stafford and Kiko Romero, a pair of 2-run singles. We are through 3. It's the Knights 8 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
There I was in the living room taking a nap when I heard a terrible sound. When are you going to start working on our deck and getting the house ready to paint? I'll do it, but not today. Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. I know the guys at Philomath Rental can show me what I need to do, and since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today. Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
We set them up, you knock them down. Highland Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through 3 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Knights 8 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. Cowlitz 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Right-hander Duke Brotherton, staked now to the 8-1 lead, delivers a first pitch strike to Alec Arnone, who tripled and scored in the second. The 0-1 pitch missing from Duke. 1 ball and 1 strike to Arnone. 8-1. A robust attack for the Knights tonight. 8 runs and 10 hits. A line drive at the shortstop. Scott looks into the sun, drops it, stays with it, and throws out Arnone. Great job by Spencer Scott. That ball on a fairly soft line, but right in line with the sun. Scott read it, but as the ball arrived at his glove, he lost it, but he had the glove in the right spot. The ball hit the middle of the glove, dropped to the turf. Spencer stayed with it and threw out Arnone. The triple notwithstanding in the second. Alec does not necessarily look like a speed merchant. and Scott was able to recover and throw Alec out. Ben Ziegler takes a strike, 0-1 the count. Ben with an RBI ground out in the second to score Arnone after the triple. Brotherton strike one pitch, bounces. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Top of the fourth, 8-1 Knights on another beautiful summer night here in Corvallis. The 1-1 pitch from Duke hit foul off third out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Duke, Brotherton, and Tanner Smith the battery. Kiko Romero at first, Eli Kennel at second, Spencer Scott at short, Timo Becerra at third, with Titus Dimitru in left, Ethan Lovelace in center, Brady Lavoie in right. The 1-2 pitch hit foul. This one will come back towards the stairwell right below our vantage point, roll down the stairs like the field's coconut in It's a Gift. And I don't know if baby Leroy ends up with it or not, but the ball does roll down into the concourse. Somebody's going to come up with it. 1-2 the count to Ben Ziegler. Duke, Brotherton, both feet on the slab. The right-hander back with a 1-2 fastball, swung on, foul tipped, and Tanner not quite able to hang on. It remains 1-2 to Ben Ziegler. Good pitch by Brotherton. He elevated with the fast one and just about had Ziegler done on a swinging strikeout. Now comes back with a 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. Gets his man anyway. 2 down. Brotherton picking up his second strikeout. And the batter will be Cade McGee, who grounded to short in his first at-bat. 8-1 Knights in the top of the fourth inning. When you come to Corvallis to see Knights baseball, we encourage you to stay at Best Western, the official hotel partner of your Knights. The pitch to McGee, swung on and missed. It's close to Goss, and you'll enjoy the largest hotel rooms in the city and an outdoor heated pool. Wherever life takes you, Best Western is there. Slider swung on and fouled into the Knights dugout, and Brotherton is quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Brock Bozette on deck. The breeze is picking up a little bit here. Beautiful night, but Jim Munford kind enough to bring me some handmade paperweights, leather paperweights, and thank you, Jim. They're coming in handy as the breezes do pick up a little bit, so I'm using binoculars and a cell phone and the other headset mic, but the leather paperweights are holding down a lot of the material up here. Thank you, Jim. 0-2 to Cade McGee, 2 down, nobody on in the fourth. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. That pitch was some good arm side run back over the outer edge of the plate for Brotherton, who gets back-to-back strikeouts in the fourth and retires Cowlitz in order. At the end of 3.5, the Knights 8 and the Black Bears 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of New World creativity, like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street, behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
Looking for someone to service your Volkswagen? Independent Auto Works has been taking care of Volkswagen since 1970, and their group of mechanics has over 80 years of combined experience working on Volkswagens. And if you need just a part, whether your VW is old or new, air-cooled or water-cooled, Independent Auto Works can help. Give them a call or stop by. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Your satisfaction is our success. Independent Auto Works.
1240 Joe Radio.
Jacob Taggart goes to work on Titus Dimitru, who is 0 for 2, 2 groundouts to third baseman Aaron Parker. Dimitru takes a strike from Jacob, who works from the stretch with nobody on, delivers the 0-1 breaking ball down. 1-1 to Titus Dimitru, 8-1 Knights, bottom of the fourth inning. Titus will be followed by Brady Lavoie and then Tanner Smith. The quick working Taggart back to the plate, swung on and fouled at the plate. 1-2 the count. Taggart and Alec Arnone, the battery for Cowlitz. Cade McGee at first, Brady Majeski at second, Brock Bozette at short, Aaron Parker at third, Callan Halverson in left, Sam Canton in center, Austin Smith in right. The right-hand hitting Dimitru lines it to right field. Austin Smith started in. Now he'll play it on a couple of hops, backpedaling to make sure the ball doesn't get by him. Good swing for Titus and a leadoff single here in the fourth, the Knights' 11th hit. Austin wasn't certain that he could come in full speed and make the play, and thus he made the right decision in the end to let the ball plop in front. If he comes too hard and the ball gets by, Dimitru is going to run a while. Certainly a triple, and with no backup down in the right field corner, Dimitru certainly would have gotten to third and maybe challenged for something more. Taggart throws to first, and Dimitru back to the bag. 8-1 Knights in the bottom of the fourth inning. Titus amongst the many in double figures on this roster in stolen bases. He's 10 for 11. The pitch to Lavoie, blasted to deep left field, on its way, so long. Brady Lavoie crushes a two-run home run. The Knights lead it 10-1. That's a sweet moment. He gets the cowboy hat home run, stars and stripes on that one. I keep forgetting to ask about how that cowboy hat tradition began for those that hit the ball out of the park. But as they descend the steps into the dugout, they get a hat, very different styles on those hats placed on their head. A two-run homer for Lavoie, and he gets the hat treatment descending the steps to put the Knights up 10-1. Tanner Smith, a ground ball wide of first. Cade McGee backhands and runs to the bag. One away, Timo Becerra, the hitter. So glad that I know that Brady's father, Mark, is here. I don't know if Brady's mom or anybody else from his family is here, but Mark Lavoie, as I mentioned, came by to say hello, and really happy. And I know that the Lavoies have got to be delighted that after their son Brady went back to college to play baseball at North Carolina State, he's coming home to play at San Diego State. It's a little bit closer to home, and he's going into that season back home with some momentum here in this Knights campaign. Becerra taking a first pitch strike from Jacob Taggart, swings at the 0-1 pitch and doesn't get it. 0-2 the count. Brady from Encinitas, California, which I dare say is closer to San Diego State than Raleigh. No balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball bounces up there from Jacob Taggart. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The Knights unloading here tonight. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 here in the fourth on the 2-run blast by Brady Lavoie. Brady has been swinging a hot bat of late. His 3rd homer of the summer, but he's been making some pretty serious contact, locked in, feeling healthy. Mark was telling me, and I wasn't sure of all of the circumstances, but Brady had a Timo Becerra. I'm not exactly sure if we've got an umpire that's hurting or what happened on the last pitch. There's the last pitch, and so some time being given for him to recover. It could also be for the catcher, Alec Arnone. Either way, some time allowed for Arnone, the umpire, both, one of them, to kind of get fully recovered. Timo Becerra applying some stickum to the bat, and Brooke Knight wandering down from the third base box. Everybody ready to go again, the pain notwithstanding. 1-2 to Timo Becerra. And now Timo, all three of these guys up here juxtaposed with each other and all in pain. Timo fouls the pitch down into his front foot, and he goes for a walk, which leads the umpire to take a walk out and deliver a baseball to Taggart to give Timo some time. And the catcher, Alec Arnone, has been looking up towards the stands for much of this half inning. The umpire goes out for a visit. I'm not exactly sure what the nature of this conversation is, but the umpire going out, is he suggesting, hey, maybe try to put him away with the slider? You know, I'm not sure. But the umpire went out a la a pitching coach or a manager or a head coach in one of the strangest bits of delay in a game I've seen in a long, long while. I don't quite know what's going on down there. And so the effects man in the dugout, McGrath family press box, I should say, saying, well, everybody clap your hands. That's not a bad idea. So we all try to kind of figure out what's happening here. The 1-2 breaking ball, line toward the gap into left center field. That's going to get down for another extra base hit. Canton and Halverson give chase. Becerra round second. He'll hold there with Halverson getting the ball back in, but a double for Timo Becerra to left center field. And the Knights, with the kind of the look that they had early in the year when they jumped out 9-0 out of the gate in 2022. Becerra is 2 for 2. The Knights with a single, a homer, and now a double here in the inning. And the head coach, Alan Embry, heading out to make another pitching change. We saw a 2-hour, 9-minute game last night, and all of us afterwards said it's unlikely we'll ever see another one of those in our lives, or not tonight. But that's primarily due to the Knights just pummeling the baseball. 10 runs and 13 hits. Another call to the bullpen brought to you by All Pro Property Services. The Knights leading 10-1 back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the glass man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
At Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Hi, I'm Katie Albin, and I want everyone to know that at Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Directional boring, to be exact. So if you need to run a pipe underground, under a driveway, or under a sidewalk, and you don't want to destroy your yard in the process, the boring people at Albin's Plumbing can help you with your directional boring. Just give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or
1240 Joe Radio.
The new pitcher is Travis Weiss. No relation, by the way. 6'1", 175. Weiss out of Vancouver, attends Mount Hood Community College. And Brandon into the ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning, with the Knights having blown it open 10-1. Only one out in the inning. Spencer Scott swings and doesn't get the first pitch from Travis Weiss. No balls and 1 strike. Travis, the third pitcher of the evening. The right-hander comes set and comes to the plate with the 0-1 pitch. Swung out and missed, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Travis taking over for Jacob Taggart. Taggart picked up for Ryan Rembies. Rembies was close to keeping this game close. A couple of 2-out, 2-strike hits that really opened the things up for the night. Scott hits a ground ball to short. Brock Bozette watches Becerra run in front of him to third, but wisely, with 1 out, gets the out at first base on Spencer Scott, 6-3. 2 down. Timo does advance to third, and now Ethan Lovelace, the batter. Weiss is making his 7th appearance for the Black Bears. 4 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 9 runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts. 0-1 with an earnings of 18.69. Ethan Lovelace has sacrificed and popped to first. Also was credited with a base hit on that sacrifice bunt. And so take the sacrifice out of it. It's been changed, the scoring to a bunt single for Lovelace back in the second. He's 1 for 2. He swings at the 1-0 pitch, hits it foul, Waldo way to the left and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. 10-1 Knights, bottom of the 4th inning. Crooked numbers in each frame. And looking for another run here with Becerra at third and 2 down. Lovelace takes the 1-1 pitch, down and in, 2 balls and a strike. Knights baseball brought to you by our friends at Oregon State Credit Union. If you live or work in one of 24 western or central or western Oregon counties, you're entitled to membership privileges. At Oregon State Credit Union, Lovelace, a blast to deep right field, on its way, so long, off the scoreboard for Ethan Lovelace, and the Knights lead it 12-1. He gets the hat treatment, the hat trick, so to speak, with Ethan Lovelace blasting his 2nd home run of the summer. He was telling us in Wenatchee that he felt like he was going to get things going, working so hard on his swing and his stroke and trying to get back to the form he displayed last year with the Knights. Boy, he crushed that ball just under the scoreboard in the alley in right field. The Knights with their 2nd 2-run homer of the inning and lead it 12-1. A breaking ball to Ryan Stafford misses. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, and the count 1-1. Stafford, a big 2-out, 2-run single last inning. Breaking ball grounded foul outside of third, and Ryan down in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. What a night for the Knights. 4 more hits in the inning, 2 of them 2-run home runs, 12 runs and 14 hits on the night. The 1-2 pitch to Stafford rocks him back on his heels, up and in, ball 2. 2-2 the count. Stafford in this ball game, we're in the bottom of the 4th. Ryan's up for the 4th time. He swings and misses, strike 3, and that retires the side, but the Knights hit 2 2-run home runs. They score 4 in the inning, and they are, I dare say, in command of this one midway through as we go to the top of the 5th. At the end of 4, the Knights 12 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Yeah. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
1240 Joe Radio.
Duke Brotherton with a 12-1 lead delivers to Brock Bozette, who hits a bouncer to third. Timo Becerra fields cleanly and throws to Kiko Romero. One away. Brotherton pitching a good ball game. He gave up a triple to lead off the second, but since then has been producing a lot of ground ball outs. 3 in a row after that to get through the second with just a run in. 2 ground outs in the third. A ground out, 2 strikeouts last inning. A ground out here to open the fifth. The right-hander delivers to Brady Majeski. Down and away, ball 1. 12-1 Knights in the fifth. The 1-0 pitch, a strike from Big Duke. 1-1 the count. Duke Brotherton working pretty quickly now and just trying to fill up the zone, use his defense. He delivers another strike. Good pitch on the outer half. 1-2 the count. Brotherton made his collegiate debut here with the Cougars in 2021. The pitch on the way is swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 away. Brotherton having, as Ian Lawson did last night, perhaps his best overall game. I haven't seen all of Duke's starts, but his stuff is good. He's in command of it. 6 appearances this spring for the Cougs. Went 1-0, but I know is looking forward to a more significant role next year in Pullman. 2 down, nobody on. Austin Smith, the batter. Austin is singled to center and grounded to second. Knights leading 12-1 in the fifth. Had as always, a delightful. The 1-0 pitch in there for a strike. BG gets to know all of the players that come through, and he really enjoyed having Austin Smith, did Beach, the legend of Medford when Austin played for the Rogues last summer. The 1-1 pitch missing low for ball 2, 2-1. Beach called me today. He often does with updates and reports and stats that he's worked out. Nobody does it like B.G. Gould, and he called and said he knows Austin Smith's family pretty well. And Austin drives this ball pretty well to deep right. Lavoie back, though, has a play on the warning track. Brady makes the catch, and the inning is over. But Beach was kind enough to call and tell me that Austin Smith's family following the ball games on the live stream. So really appreciate your friendship with Beach as well. Austin's folks listening down in San Diego tonight. Austin on his way to the University of San Diego. Thanks for listening and viewing the live stream tonight. Austin just missed riding one out. Duke Brotherton continues his strong performance. We're through 4.5. It's the Knights 12 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Downward Dog across the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
Hey veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
1240 Joe Radio.
The first pitch of the bottom of the fifth inning, rope down the right field line. A fair ball for Kiko Romero, who puts the head down and races around second all the way to third. A leadoff triple on the first pitch of the bottom of the fifth inning for Kiko Romero. And Eli Kennel, the batter. 12 runs and 15 hits for the Knights tonight. Eli Kennel with 2 of them and 2 RBIs. Struck out in his last at-bat. Weiss delivers. Eli takes a big rip and doesn't get it. His folks, Jeremy and Amy, in the house tonight. Jeremy made the trip up to Wenatchee. No balls and 1 strike to Eli Kennel with Titus Dimitru on deck. Kiko Romero is 3 for 4. We're only in the 5th. The pitch to Eli is going to get another RBI if it stays fair, but it rolls foul back at first. Fielded by Cade McGee near the bag in foul territory. 0-2 to Eli Kennel. Couple of base hits on 0-2 counts. He did strike out on an 0-2 pitch in his last at-bat. Bottom of the 5th, Kiko Romero with the leadoff triple. The Knights hitting a pair of 2-run homers last inning. Up 12-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Eli takes, strike 3 called. Eli leaning over a long way, felt the pitch was up and away, but he's rung up on strikes by the home plate umpire, leading to some grumbling and muttering. Not so much from Eli. Not quite sure what's going through the young man's mind as he descends the steps, but he had plenty of grumblers and mutterers on his behalf about that pitch being called a 3rd strike. Titus Dimitru, the hitter, has grounded out twice and singled to right. Weiss delivers, breaking ball strike, the count 0-1. A cooler evening tonight, I can tell, simply because I'm looking to see where my long sleeve Corvallis night shirt is. Never had to look for that at all last night. It stayed in the 80s throughout. It's probably still in the 80s, but the breeze is picking up a bit and the temperatures dropping a tad. Another breaking ball strike from Weiss to Dimitru. 0-2 the count, with Kiko Romero a leadoff triple at third and 1 away. The Knights leading 12-1. Crooked numbers in each inning, looking for at least 1 more here. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Pretty good recovery by Travis Weiss after yielding the triple on the first pitch of the inning. Has come back to strike out the 3 and 4 hitters for the Knights, Kennel and Dimitru. Struck out in the 3rd and crushed a 2-run home run to left last inning. Out of the stretch works Travis Weiss. Breaking ball down, ball 1, 1-0 to Lavoie. 12 runs and 15 hits for the Knights. A run, 4 hits for Cowlitz. Weiss comes set, has a look at Kiko at third, delivers to Brady, who swings and strokes one to center, but it's playable. Sam Canton moves in and under, makes the catch. The Knights had scored in each inning and got a leadoff triple here in the 5th, but they come up empty. Good job by Weiss to recover and get the next 3 hitters, Kennel, Dimitru, and Lavoie, leaving Kiko Romero stranded at third. At the end of 5, the Knights 12 and Cowlitz 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
I was there in the living room reading a book when I heard a terrible sound. When are you going to start planting those trees and getting the backyard ready for our daughter's wedding? I'll do it, but not today. I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I know the guys at Philomath Rental, they'll show me what to do. And since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today. Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center.
Now,
for tools and equipment for home, farm, and business. Check out Philomath Rental.
Bree, when you're done, could you send up a Diet
1240 Joe Radio.
If there is some ice somewhere, I'll take some. Thank you.
Rylan Hyder will take over pitching chores for the Corvallis Knights as we go to the 6th inning. Duke Brotherton in line for the win. Strong outing for Duke, which might almost get lost in the Knights' offensive explosion tonight, leading 12-1 after 5 innings. But I will probably seek Duke out tomorrow, just as I did Ian Lawson after the Knights' 3-0 win last night behind Ian's strong 5 innings. Duke Brotherton goes 5. I've not had the pleasure of meeting Duke or visiting with him on the pregame show. I've just been told that Brady LeBoy is having a big night, that Brady's mom is here. I was wondering that aloud. Bree Miller came up to ask, did you want to speak to? I said, well, I've already met Mark. I just wanted to know if Mom was here too. Learned that Mark LeBoy is here. And yes, she is. And Bree's going to make sure that I have the right name for Brady's mom. So both folks getting to see their son have a big ball game tonight. Rylan Hyder goes to work on Callan Halverson, who swings at the first pitch and strokes it back up the middle into center field for the base hit. Halverson, after a huge career at Northern Oklahoma, transferring into the D1 program at Utah Valley in the WAC. What a career Callan had in Enid. A leadoff single for Callan against Rylan Hyder, and Rylan's first pitch to Sam Canton misses low and in, ball 1, 1-0. Hyder, a fellow Coug. So indeed, I said before the ball game in our pregame conversation, it's a go Cougs kind of night with Duke Brotherton, and that theme continues with Rylan Hyder into the ball game. The 1-0 pitch pulled foul by Sam Canton down the line into the right field corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to Sam Canton, the young man out of South Kitsap High School. Limited time at Gonzaga, but took advantage of it this spring, hitting .333. 12-1 Knights in the top of the 6th. Hyder throws over to first base. Callan Halverson back to the bag. Hyder into the ball game for the Knights, his 4th appearance. Delivers a breaking ball up and away, 2-1 the count. He's worked 4 1/3, 2 hits, a run. It was earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, a record of 1-0, an earned run average of 2.07 with a small sample size. Rylan comes set. The 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled at the plate by the left-hand swinging Sam Canton. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. There's a gathering out in the TNT Builders party deck tonight. An announcement just made by Bobby Merwin on their behalf. Not exactly sure what it was, but we are glad to have the Jill Schuster team at Triple Oaks Realty and Movement Mortgage. Good pitch from Rylan Hyder. Good movement on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Sam Canton begs to differ. He kind of rolls his eyes and turns and exits slowly stage right. 1 gone. Colin Halverson a leadoff single at first, and Aaron Parker, the batter. We'll see Nick Miller for Aaron Parker with Coach Alan Embry dipping into his bench a little bit. Parker had grounded to second and lined out. Here in the 6th, Nick Miller gets an opportunity with the Knights leading 12-1. Rylan Hyder to the plate. Breaking ball misses down and away. Ball 1, 1-0. The Knights well on their way to winning this ball game and winning their 3rd consecutive series here in the second half after stumbling out of the gate, losing 2 of 3 in Bend. Breaking ball missing down and away. Ball 2, 2-0. Nick Miller getting his first action of the weekend out of Kelso High School, so essentially a hometown kid playing for Cowlitz. He swings, and it's a line drive foul down the right field line in the corner. Played up at Jack Riley, who's in the ballpark tonight. Jack's old stomping grounds as a head coach at Lower Columbia College. In fact, that's where Jack was before he succeeded the late Gene Tanzelli here. As the head coach at Oregon State, Jack beginning his 22-year run in 1973. Nick Miller out of Lower Columbia takes a fastball up and away from Rylan Hyder. 3-1 the count, 12-1 Knights in the top of the 6th inning. I was mentioning Oregon State Credit Union and our thanks to their sponsorship of the Knights when Ethan Lovelace interrupted the read with a 2-run blast to right field. The 3-1 pitch from Hyder swung on and missed to run the count full. You can join online at OregonStateCU.com or at one of their 12 branches. Our thanks to Oregon State Credit Union, investing in all of our communities and dedicated to creating financial solutions toward making local lives better. The 3-2 pitch from Hyder fouled straight back. It remains 3-2 to Nick Miller. Pinch hitting for Aaron Parker in the top of the 6th inning. Well, the Knights cruising tonight, 12-1. There haven't been a lot of games like this lately. You know if you've been following the club closely. Tough games on the road. Some exciting, thrilling, nail-biting finishes. And the Knights getting a rare breather, at least thus far tonight. Breaking ball up from Hyder for ball 4. Colin Halverson down to second. Nick Miller drawing the walk. And heading to the plate will be Alec Arnone out of San Diego Christian, staying in the game with 2 on and 1 out and a meeting at the mound. The Knights with an 11-run lead and certainly not panicking, but this, I think, is an opportunity just simply to get Rylan Hyder sort of back into the proper vein and keep the momentum that the Knights have generated so impressively rolling here in the 6th with a 12-1 lead. So Bree comes back with a report with Mark Lavoie, who's here tonight, and his wife, no?
Longtime girlfriend,
oh, Amy.
Basically,
okay. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you, Bree.
Really nice lady.
Thank you. Amy. And so Brady's mom's listening back home? Amy's mom. Okay. Gotcha. Bree, thank you. Thanks for the clarification and the soda to help me get through the 6th inning. So thanks to all of you for following your loved ones along on the Knights live stream. A little comebacker, and Alec Arnone is thrown out by Rylan Hyder. 2 away, and Ben Ziegler, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. And speaking of loved ones, Bader calling. Bader, I'm still at the ballpark. Come on over. Give Bader, who's a student who lives with us from Kuwait. He's calling me during the live action wondering if the game's over. He remembered last night it got over pretty early. Not tonight. The pitch on the way to Ben Ziegler, slapped foul. Outside of third, 0-1 the count. I mentioned earlier Bader saw his first ever baseball game here a few weeks back. Baseball not a big deal in Kuwait, evidently, and he going to school at Oregon State, a freshman in the Into OSU program. Sat down, and my beloved wife tried to explain baseball to him in his first ever sitting down and watching experience. How challenging is that? The strike one pitch, swung on and hit foul to the left and out of play. 0-2 the count. Arnone on that comebacker, by the way. Halverson went to third and Miller to second. 0-2 to Ben Ziegler. 12-1 Knights. Hyder trying to keep it that way, working out of the stretch, delivers the strike two breaking ball up and away. 1-2 the count. Brady Maylett was doing some throwing on the side today under the watchful eyes of Jung Jin Yoon and Bo Kearns. I asked the coaches about Brady, and they said, hey, he looked good, he looked healthy. Been dealing with a little bit of a shoulder issue. Expect Brady back soon. Hyder hits Ben Ziegler to load the bases. Cade McGee, the batter. A little disappointing, certainly, for Ryland. An 11-run lead, and he's given up 2 free passes in the inning. But he has a chance to get out of it without a run on the board as he faces McGee with the sacks full and 2 down. McGee is grounded to short and struck out looking. 12-1. The Knights in front in the top of the 6th inning. The first pitch missing for ball 1, 1-0. Hyder, the Olympian All-Area Player of the Year, the Tacoma News-Tribune newspaper, making him their Player of the Year on his way to Washington State. The right-hander works out of the stretch, delivers, it's whacked down the left field line in the corner. Titus Dimitra will play it at the base of the fence. Halverson scores, Nick Miller scores. The throw goes through into third base, not in time to get Ziegler. McGee into second with a 2-run double. And the free passes hurting a little bit for Ryland. A 2-run double as he pays a price for it. Halverson and Miller score. It's now the Knights 12 and Cowlitz 3. Runners at second and third for Brock Bozette. And out to the mound goes Tanner Smith for a conversation with his new battery mate, Ryland Hyder. 12-3. Strong outing for Duke Brotherton tonight. We'll visit, we hope, with Duke tomorrow on our pregame show. And look forward to the opportunity with all of the young men. There's a lot of guys on the roster, and we hope enough nights before it's all said and done to have the honor of visiting with each of these outstanding young men and ball players that have once again given all of us here in the community and with the Knights organization a summer to savor. 12-3, top of the 6th inning, second and third, 2 down. Hyder to the plate, and the first pitch fastball to Brock Bozette, a strike. 0-1 the count. Two runs in the inning. A long way to go for the Cowlitz Black Bears, but another base hit here early enough would get them thinking, hey, well, let's keep digging away. But instead, a 2-hopper to Eli Kennel. Eli fields it cleanly and throws to first. The inning is over. Cowlitz does get a couple of runs, taking advantage of a walk and a hit batsman. They score 2, they leave 2 at the end of 5.5. The Knights 12 and the Cowlitz Black Bears 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
1240 Joe Radio.
Travis Weiss throws a first pitch breaking ball strike to Tanner Smith. 0-1 the count. 12-3 Knights, bottom of the 6th inning. Tanner Smith, Timo Becerra, and Spencer Scott. Weiss's strike one pitch pulled foul past Brooke Knight. The count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Tanner, who has struck out, singled to left, and grounded to first. The Knights with 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. Cowlitz a singleton in the second and 2 in the top of this 6th inning. Breaking ball down and away. A little bulldog Boughton with the right-hander Travis Weiss losing his cap, which leads us into the summer of '69. Has a musical ring to it. 1969 on this date. 53 years ago, we landed on the moon. The 1-2 pitch, down and in, ball 2, 2-2. I had not yet turned 11, and I remember the moment. Not watching it, not watching TV, because I was at a ball game of all things at the Big A. The Oakland Athletics and Reggie Jackson. Reggie hit his 37th that day on July 20th, and I was there playing the Angels, the California Angels. The 2-2 pitch missing. I was still 10, 11th birthday in August, but actually, let's see, yeah. He had not 50, no, actually was 10, about to turn 11 in a couple of weeks. The pitch on the way, missing to Tanner Smith for ball 4. But July 20th, 1969, we land on the moon at 1:17 p.m. Pacific time. And I was somewhat intrigued by the moon landing. But when the opportunity came to go to a baseball game between the A's and Athletics and Reggie Jackson, who was chasing Ruth, we'll see a runner for Tanner Smith. And it'll be a 1-for-1 switch here with Luca DiPaolo, who will run for Tanner and then stay in the game and handle the catching duties, I would think, for the rest of the ball game. Luca DiPaolo, the pinch runner here in the bottom of the 6th. So, yes, to go with Aunt Peggy and Cousin Greg and Jeff to the Big A. See Reggie. Reggie hit his 37th. He ended up with he made a run at Ruth, but he only hit 10 more. But when he hit his 37th that day, 37 on July 20th, he ended up with 47. The most he ever hit in a season. I saw one of them, 37, on the day we landed on the moon. Timo Becerra, the batter, breaking ball, a wild one, and Luca DiPaolo on the wild pitch jogs down to second. Timo Becerra with an RBI opportunity, with the Knights leading 12-3 in the bottom of the 6th. The moment stands out because the game was paused. And up on the Big A scoreboard, beyond the left field fence, emblazoned on the scoreboard, the words, "We have landed on the moon." And everybody in the ballpark and both teams spilled out of the dugouts, and we had a 5-minute delay. A standing ovation from the crowd and all the players on the field at the Big A. That was how I took in, as a 10-year-old kid, the moment when we landed on the moon. July 20th, 53 years ago today. I was in my happy place in the ballpark, but celebrated the moment with Reggie Jackson and others at the Big A. The 1-1 pitch missing high, ball 2, 2-1. But there were other things going on that day too. The July 20th of '69, with direct reference to baseball, John Gellner of the Seattle Pilots, speaking of Bulldog Boughton, who chronicled that year in ball 4. Travis Weiss back to the plate. Becerra swings and hits it foul into the alley to our right. The Urchins giving chase. Becerra with a count of 2-2. John Gellner, whom the Pilots had acquired in a trade for none other than a guy named Lou Piniella. Piniella, an original Seattle Pilot, traded midway through the year to Kansas City, and John Gelnar traded for Sweet Lou. And Gelnar lost 2 games that day for the Pilots in a doubleheader. The pitch to Timo Becerra, taken, strike 3 called. 1 away, and Spencer Scott to the plate with the Knights leading 12-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Gelnar began to be called John Double L Gelnar for the 2 losses on the day we landed on the moon. That was recounted in an article about the 95 Mariners run and how fans of baseball in Seattle had very little to celebrate, and the Gelnar Double L loss on the day we landed on the moon brought up in the article. The pitch on the way, a strike, and the count 0-1, and with the resurgence of the Mariners here in the summer of 2022, an article I read recently recalling the glory of 95 and how Lou Piniella came out after the Mariners had clinched the West with their amazing come-from-behind win, that Lou came out and saw the crowd. Now, this was actually after their win in the divisional series against the Yankees, well after the game was over, well after Griffey Jr. had scored on Martinez's magical double to win it in a walk-off. Just one of the great games and series ever. Lou came out and just cried tears looking up at the fans that were still celebrating the sweet moment. Spencer Scott swings and whacks it into left center field, base hit. Luca DiPaolo on his way to the plate and will score. Spencer Scott an RBI single, and the Knights lead it 13-3. Second hit of the night for Spencer, and the Knights with 16 hits on the evening. Ethan Lovelace, who crushed a 2-run home run in his last at-bat, will come to the plate, but he will not get to encounter the right-hander Travis Weiss, whom he took out of the yard in the 4th. Alan Embry will match up against Ethan Lovelace with a left-hander out of the bullpen. Our call to the pen brought to you by All Pro Property Services. We'll take a 2-minute pitching change break and be back with more. The Knights comfortably in front on a beautiful evening here in Corvallis. 13-3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
When you think of Albin's, you think plumbing. And when you think of plumbing, you think water. Hi, this is Katie Albin. Some plumbing projects don't have anything to do with water. At Albin's Plumbing, we also work with natural gas and propane lines. So if you need a gas line for home heating, cooking, or for a gas water heater, give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the glass man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the glass man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Ethan Lovelace, who homered in his last at-bat, earns the respect of Alan Embry in the sense of wanting to match up against him with the left-hander. P.J. Ledesma out of Redlands High School and Riverside City College will face Ethan, who has an infield single, actually a bunt single, popped out and crushed a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. The Knights leading 13-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ledesma delivers high to Ethan, ball 1, 1-0. I have Ledesma making his debut with the Cowlitz Black Bears here tonight against the Knights at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. He comes back and misses again, ball 2, 2-0. Spencer Scott at first, held on by Cade McGee. Ledesma delivers high. 3 balls and no strikes to Ethan Lovelace. Breeze is picking up a little bit, cooler tonight than an evening ago. Temperature down to 76. It never dropped below 80 during the course of last night's ball game. The 3-0 pitch, a strike, and the count 3-1 to Ethan Lovelace. Ryan Stafford on deck. Maybe a hitter for Ryan. We'll see. The 3-1 pitch on the way, a strike, and the count goes full to 3-2. Scoring parade in spite of a leadoff triple, but back at it with a run here in the inning for ball 4. And the Knights with runners at first and second. It won't be the starting designated hitter, Ryan Stafford. Back from an injury is Kyle Casperson. Kyle hasn't played much of late, but he too is getting healthier and returning. He comes to the plate now, and he's hit by the first pitch that he sees from Ledesma to load him up. Casperson hit by the pitch from Ledesma, a walk and a hit batter. Bases loaded for Kiko Romero with 1 out, and the Knights leading 13-3. Knights baseball presented by First Alternative Co-op, your community-owned grocery store, providing fresh, local, and organic groceries since 1970. The Co-op makes it easy for you and your family to buy local and eat healthy. Ledesma with the sacks full, works Romero very high, ball 1. Be sure to stop by the First Alternative Co-op Deli and enjoy fresh brewed coffee, house-made pastries, delicious salads, and much, much more. Everyone is welcome at the First Alternative Co-op. 1-0 to Kiko Romero, bases loaded, 1 out. Ledesma delivers. Fastball, a high strike. And that has elicited multitudinous groans and derisive cries and jeers from the fans at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Not too unhappy in the overall scheme of things, up 13-3 in the 6th, but didn't like that call. The 1-1 fastball, same locale, same result, a called strike. And the disgruntlement level increases in spite of the pleasant surroundings and a 10-run lead. Fans getting after the home plate umpire. It looks like he's trying to hasten the end. 1-2, 1 out. Infield a double play depth with the sacks full, and Romero swings, gets a piece of it. Or did he? Nope, he strikes out. And Kiko Romero goes down on strikes. Compelled to swing after being put in a hole, 1-2, with a couple of pitches that both appeared to be up, certainly up, and maybe away on both cases. Here comes Eli Kennel with the bases loaded. Eli singled in his first 2 at-bats, has struck out in his last 2. Sacks full, 2 down, 13-3 Knights. The pitch to Eli in there for a strike. The count 0-1. Each pitch being called a strike has increased the derision level here. That pitch was actually, it might have been a strike, but no matter what is being called now, the fans are getting upset. The strike 1 pitch on the way to Eli, swung on and fouled back. Eli, for his 5th consecutive at-bat tonight, is down in the count 0-2. The bases loaded, a run in. Spencer Scott at third, Ethan Lovelace at second, Kyle Casperson at first. Bottom of the 6th. The strike 2 pitch on the way to Eli. Breaking ball, he bends away from it and takes high. 1-2 the count. Eli squared the baseball up twice in the first and second, and he hit the ball hard. Has struck out on his last 2 at-bats. Now up there with the sacks full and 2 down, looking for his 3rd hit. He takes down and away. Ball 2, 2-2. Tanner Smith opened the inning drawing ball 4, was run for by Luca DiPaolo. Came home on Spencer Scott's RBI single. And now with 2 down, Eli Kennel looking for his 3rd hit. 13-3 Knights. The 2-2 pitch, very high. Ball 3. It was 0-2, now 3-2. And the Knights runners will take off on the pitch. Spencer Scott from 3rd, Ethan Lovelace from 2nd, Kyle Casperson from 1st. 3-2 to Eli Kennel with 2 down. P.J. Ledesma works from the stretch. The runners ready to go. They do. The 3-2 pitch hit foul to the left and out of play. It remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 13 runs, 16 hits for the Knights, 3 runs, 6 hits for Cowlitz. Eli Kennel looking for at least a 4 RBI night here. If he can get a 2-out hit again. Scott from 3rd, Lovelace from 2nd, Casperson from 1st. They go. Another 3-2 fastball. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the Knights leave 3. They get a run. We go to the 7th. The Knights 13 and Cowlitz 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com. Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through 6 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Knights 13 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Cowlitz 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Rylan Hyder to work in the 7th. The first pitch missing. The 1-0 pitch is hit foul and off to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Brady Majeski awaits Hyder. The 1-1 pitch sprayed foul towards the Omaha room and, in fact, into one of the open windows or doors down there of the Omaha room, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Majeski a bunt single and is struck out. Rylan Hyder back to the plate with the 1-2 breaking ball up. Ball 2, 2-2. Luca DiPaolo, who ran for Tanner Smith, staying in the game and back of the plate. Hyder and DiPaolo, the battery. The 2-2 pitch from Rylan. An inside-out hack produces another foul ball. This one carries beyond Casey corner. 2-2 the count. Brady Majeski, Austin Smith, and Callan Halverson, the scheduled hitters for the Black Bears in the 7th. Hyder's 2-2 breaking ball lifted to left field and playable. Titus Dimitru moves over to make the catch. One away. Austin Smith to the plate. Austin is singled to center, grounded to second, and flied to right field. Out of the windup works Hyder. Ryland delivers off speed and away on the breaking ball, ball one. 1-0 to Austin, who opened the game with a base hit to center field, but it wasn't necessarily a sign of big things to come for Cowlitz tonight. They trail by 10 here in the 7th. Breaking ball from Ryland misses down and in, ball 2. 2-0. To the wind goes Hyder, and the 2-0 pitch, high. 3 balls and no strikes to Austin Smith. John Gelnar, double L Gelnar, wasn't the only two-time loser 53 years ago today. Wilbur Wood started and lost both games of a doubleheader on the day we landed on the moon. So you had 2 pitchers lose 2 games on that day. Gelnar for the Pilots, Wilbur Wood for the White Sox against the Yankees. The 3-0 pitch missing to Austin Smith for ball 4. Hank Aaron hit the final home run of his career. Not on that day, but on July 20th, his 755th. But the most amazing thing, not me being in the ballpark and getting to stand for 5 minutes with members of the Athletics and Angels, that was memorable for me, you understand. But the most amazing thing that happened relative to the moon landing in Major League Baseball was one of the great, most prophecies, coincidences of all time in life and sport. Colin Halverson takes low, ball 1, 1-0. Hyder back to the plate, a 2-hopper towards Eli Kennel. Pulls Spencer Scott off the bag. He's called out. The throw back to first, not in time. Spencer Scott was off the bag when he received the throw from Eli Kennel, and yet the base umpire calling the runner Austin Smith out. And the Knights catch a break there. Kennel's throw pulled Scott off. Smith should have been called safe. An out recorded on really an extended version of the old neighborhood play. That's a break. Colin Halverson aboard on the fielder's choice, 4-6, 2 down. Sam Canton, the batter, a ground ball up the middle. Scott to his left, finds a handle and throws a strike from shallow center field to get the final out. Good play by Spencer Scott. He had a little trouble getting a grip on the ball, but then once he did, got on top of it and threw a fastball over to Kiko Romero for out number 3. So down go the Cowlitz Black Bears in the top of the 7th inning. We go to the bottom half, 7th inning stretch time, presented by At Home Properties. For Take Me Out to the Ball Game, At Home Properties is a service-oriented property management company committed to providing a personal, friendly experience to each of their customers. We go to the bottom of the 7th, the Knights 13 and Cowlitz 3. We'll get to the most amazing coincidence from this date 53 years ago when we come back. 13-3 Knights on 1240 Joe Radio.
Clear.
Thank you.
Do you ever experience headaches? Or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
We set them up, you knock them down. Ireland Bowl. Family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
P.J. Ledesma working Titus Dimitru, falling behind, 2 balls and no strikes. P.J. back to the plate, and it's hammered by Dimitru deep, long gone and foul past the TNT Builders party deck. One of the members of that party said to me before the game, she says, in the parlance of my Aunt Ruth. I used to love to listen to Aunt Ruth tell stories. She would say, I says to Jay, I says. He says to me, he says. Well, one of the partiers down there, she says to me, she says, do you want us to bring you a meal later in the game? And I said, yes. How would I turn that down? Haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if they've eaten it all up down there in the corner at the TNT Builders party deck. But please remember, I did say yes. The 1-2 breaking ball grounded back of third, a foul ball off the bat of Titus Dimitru. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Titus, who's grounded out twice, singled to right, and struck out. 13-3 Knights in the bottom of the 7th. Titus Dimitru, Brady Lavoie, and Luca DiPaolo, the scheduled hitters, against left-hander P.J. Ledesma. The 1-2 pitch, he bounces the breaking ball, and the count even to Titus. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was 1964, around the San Francisco Giants batting cage in BP. Alvin Dark was managing the Giants then. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Taken, strike 3 called. Dimitru goes down looking. 1 gone. 3 straight strikeouts for P.J. Ledesma. And Brady Lavoie makes his way to the plate. Gaylord Perry, who had yet to hit his stride as a pitcher, speaking of the Mariners, won his 300th game with the Mariners in the Kingdome in 1982, en route to 314 career wins. But Gaylord in 1964 had yet to discover the spitter, hadn't really hit his stride as a pitcher. Lavoie takes inside, ball 1. And he was never a good hitting pitcher, you understand. But in 1964, around the batting cage at Candlestick Park, he was taking BP and hitting a few balls pretty well. The 1-0 pitch on the way, down and in, ball 2. Harry Jupiter, who was covering the Giants at the time, says to Alvin Dark, he says, hey, Gaylord Perry's got a little pop, doesn't he? He's got some power. Alvin Dark, then the skipper of the Giants, the 2-0 pitch on the way, inside to Brady, ball 3, said to Jupiter, he said, there'll be a man on the moon before Gaylord Perry ever hits a home run. True story. Well, an hour after we landed on the moon, Gaylord Perry hit his first major league home run that day, July 20th, 1969. Alvin Dark was absolutely right. There was some men on the moon. The 3-0 pitch to Lavoie, high and inside for ball 4. Alvin Dark predicting essentially what it was going to take for Gaylord Perry to ever hit a home run. Well, we'll have to line 9, and an hour later, at about 2:17, Gaylord Perry hit his first major league home run. The first pitch to Luca DiPaolo, a strike. 0-1. Some of the called strikes are really drawing the cat calls from Knights fans here tonight. Strike 1, breaking ball, swung on and missed. The ball gets through Alec Arnone down to second base. Trots Brady Lavoie on the pass ball. The count goes to 0-2 on Luca DiPaolo, with the Knights leading 13-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Alan Embry comes out and asks, wasn't that a foul ball? Embry complaining about that call, but he didn't on the neighborhood play that the Knights got away with in the top of the inning. I thought that Allen might take exception to that call because Spencer Scott was clearly pulled off the bag at second from the throw on Kennel on the fourth. Perry, by the way, went on to hit 5 more home runs in his Hall of Fame career. Hit 131 for his career. The strike 2 pitch to Luca, taken. Strike 3 called. 2 down. The last 4 outs have been by strikeout from P.J. Ledesma in his Cowlitz Black Bears debut. Timo Becerra, the hitter. Timo has singled to center, walked and scored, doubled to left and scored, and struck out looking. 13-3 Knights in the bottom of the 7th inning. So July 20th of 69, a memorable day in world history. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The pitch on the way to Timo, taken down and in, ball 1. Neil Armstrong had planned the line, and he muffed it a little bit. What he wanted to say was that was one small step for a man, this man, one small step for this man, one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. It's a brilliantly conceived quote, but he didn't quite say it right because it has a one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. He meant, to put it in the singular and then into the general. The pitch to Becerra, breaking ball, and it crossed up Alec Arnone. Dropped by Alec, taken for ball 2, 2-0. And Alec will go out to the mound for a conversation with his battery mate, and the umpire goes along too. I'm not sure I fully understand why the umpire goes out with the catcher Arnone, but he's been pretty chatty tonight. The home plate umpire comes back with a smile on his face. Not exactly sure why he escorted Arnone out, but they both had a chat with P.J. Ledesma with a count 2 balls and a strike to Timo Becerra. The Knights leading 13-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Brady Lavoie at second, 2 down. Fastball on the 2-1 pitch, missing inside, ball 3, 3-1. Gaylord Perry's first Major League homer, Reggie Jackson's 37th on that day. Wilbur Wood losing 2 games on that day. John L. Gelnar losing 2 in Seattle on that day. The 3-1 pitch, high and inside on this July 20th, 2022, ball 4 to Becerra. Spencer Scott to the plate with 2 on and 2 out in an odd kind of inning for PJ. He struck out 2, he's walked 2. Spencer Scott, 2 hits on the day and an RBI single, will step in. Luca DiPaolo striking out in his first at-bat. He had pinch run and scored last inning. Now another breaking ball that crosses up Alec Arnone. Still not sure Alec and PJ are on the same page. The pitch missing for ball 1 to Spencer Scott after the walk to Timo Becerra. 2 on and 2 out. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Fastball in there for a strike to Spencer. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The Knights jumped Cowlitz early. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 4 in the fourth. No runs across in the 5th, another 1 in the 6th, and threatening here in the 7th. Spencer takes a fastball high. Ball 2, 2-1. Ethan Lovelace, the on-deck hitter. 13-3 Corvallis in the bottom of the 7th inning. From the stretch, the left-hander P.J. Ledesma misses again. Ball 3, 3-1. The Knights have gotten quality pitching tonight from Duke Brotherton and Rylan Hyder. It's been a tough evening for Cowlitz all the way around, down 13-3. And the 3-1 pitch nicks Spencer Scott to load him up. Ethan Lovelace will be the batter. 2 hit batters and 6 walks that the Knights have received tonight to go along with the 16 hits. Ethan Lovelace, the batter, with the bases loaded. Ethan, a bunt single in the second. popped out in the third, a 2-run home run below the right field scoreboard in the fourth, drew a walk last up in his last at-bat, up there with the bases loaded and 2 down, and takes a strike, 0-1 the count. The Knights left the sacks full last inning. Ethan Lovelace with a chance to really do some big damage here, takes the strike one pitch high, ball one, 1-1. Brady LeBoy at third, Timo Becerra at second, Spencer Scott at first. Ledesma's 1-1 pitch, a ground ball to the left of the shortstop Bozette. He feeds Majeski covering at second for the force, and the inning is over. The Knights leave the bases loaded for the second straight inning. We go to the eighth. It's the Knights 13 and Cowlitz 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had a new patio with pavers and everything. I told my wife I didn't want to do it. So she went ahead, put the plans together, and went to Philomath Rental, where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Hey, veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
I can't find my tickets.
Top of the 8th inning. The Knights leading 13-3. Rylan Hyder ready to go in the first pitch, in there for a strike. The 0-1 offering to Nick Miller, in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count. Rylan back to the plate, breaking ball foul back. Miller walked and scored against Hyder in the 6th inning. Rylan with an 0-2 count here in the top of the 8th, with the Knights cruising tonight, 13-3. Rylan turns, kicks, and comes back. The 0-2 breaking ball taken. Strike 3 called. Good job by Rylan to finish off Nick Miller to open the top of the 8th inning. And we'll see a hitter, I believe, here coming up for the Black Bears. Louis Albrecht, the catcher, will come to the plate out of Renton, Washington. And Washington State, and he's nicked by the pitch. Hyder issuing a hit batter with 1 out and a 10-run lead in the top of the 8th inning. Albrecht trots down to first. He takes over defensively out of Kent Ridge High School. Did not play at Washington State this past spring. Played in 6 games for the Cougs in 2021. Hyder delivers high and away, ball 1, 1-0. So Rylan plunking his future teammate. Louis Albrecht down to first. 1 ball and no strikes now. The pitch on the way. Swung on and fouled back by Ben Ziegler. And the count even, 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the 8th inning. Albrecht coming from a very athletic family. and in their lives, at least when it comes to their son and his commitment to the Cougs and playing for the Washington State program. And Coach and Louis Albrecht's mother was a volleyball or a track, but they allowed their son to go his own way and ended up at Washington State. 2-1 pitch, a ground ball to Kiko Romero, but foul. A foul ball called off the front foot of the hitter, Ben Ziegler. Foul ball called. The Knights kept running the play, and the umpires apparently not emphatic in calling it foul. Kiko Romero threw to Spencer Scott, and now everybody back to where they should be. Louis Albrecht hit by a pitch by Rylan Hyder back to first. Ben Ziegler with a count of 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 8th, awaiting the Hyder offering. The 2-2 pitch taken on the inside corner. Strike 3 called. Ziegler glares at the home plate umpire. So turnabout is fair play. The Knights have had a couple of hitters rung up on questionable pitches, and that's the case here for Ben Ziegler. 2 down, and Cade McGee, the hitter. Out of the stretch works the right-hander Rylan Hyder. Albrecht at first. The pitch to McGee hit high in the air to left center and deep. Drifting over Ethan Lovelace, backing up, and makes the catch. That did look like a different defender out there. We'll wait and see. Let me try to get the glasses on. Nope, it was Ethan who tracked it. Ethan's having a good ball game. He makes the catch. The inning is over. No runs, 1 left. Good job by Rylan Hyder, striking out 2 in the frame and didn't allow a hit. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Knights 13 and Cowlitz 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches, or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Thank you. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Brendan Rodriguez takes over pitching chores for Cowlitz here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Knights leading the Black Bears 13-3. Rodriguez following Ryan Rembreeze, Jacob Taggart, Travis Weiss, and P.J. Ledesma in what's been a tough night tonight for Cowlitz. Rodriguez, 6'1", 170 out of Chaffey College from Apple Valley, California. We'll go to work on Kyle Casperson. Kyle hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. Big leg kick, fastball, swung on and missed. Like the action. Good leg kick, not quite Marischal-esque. Speaking of the era of 69 and Gaylord. And big strike, 1 pitch on the way, fastball up from Brendan Rodriguez, in the count 1-1, but I like the motion. It's got kind of an old school feel. his 16th appearance. Rodriguez, big windup, the 1-1 pitch, driven to center by Casperson, but playable. Sam Canton goes back to haul it in. Nice contact for Kyle, but he is an out to open the bottom of the 8th. And Kiko Romero coming to the plate. I may have misread I did misread the stat line. This is only the 5th appearance for Rodriguez. He's worked 2 2/3, 6 hits, 8 runs all earned, 7 walks, no strikeouts. He delivers a fast one down and in to Kiko Romero. Ball 1, 1-0. Bottom of the 8th inning, 13-3. This 1-0 pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike the count, with Rodriguez getting the baseball here late. The right-hander out of Apple Valley kicks and comes back with a 1-1 pitch, just inside, ball 2, 2-1. 6:35 tomorrow night for the finale. And a big night Friday night with Cap Night, 6:35 against the Portland Pickles. Rodriguez delivers. Romero spins out of the way of the 2-1 pitch, up and in, ball 3, 3-1. Eli Kennel on deck. Rodriguez back to the plate, the 3-1 pitch. I don't know if it hit him. I think it did. It got to Kiko Romero on the front foot. Kiko tried to stagger out of the way of it, but he is hit by the pitch. That's 3 hit batsmen tonight for the Knights. Six walks, 2 hit batsmen, 16 hits. And Eli Kennel the batter. Eli's had an interesting night. Some good defense, and early, some very potent offense. A line drive base hit to center in the first, a 2-run single in the second. He has struck out his last 3 times. Rodriguez sails the first pitch to Eli for ball 1, 1-0. 13-3 Knights in the bottom of the 8th inning. Last night, the anomaly in the course of most baseball seasons these days, a 2-hour, 9-minute game. The 1-0 pitch, Eli out in front, a high pop foul on the right side. Cade McGee, the first baseman, waits and makes the catch. 2 away. Titus Dimitru will come to the plate. Titus has grounded to third twice, singled to right and scored, and struck out twice. Kiko Romero not being held on at first by Cade McGee. The Knights are 3 outs away before an announced crowd this evening of 1,531, over 1,800, in fact 1,821 in the ballpark last night. Fastball strike to Dimitru, 0-1 the count. But another good crowd this evening. Great to have you with us and look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 6:35, as the Knights and Black Bears wrap up the series. A strike 1 pitch, a check swing, but he went around in the judgment of the home plate umpire. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Brendan Rodriguez with a count of 0-2. Kiko Romero getting his lead. Block 15 night tomorrow night. Block 15 Thursday. The strike 2 pitch, another high pop-up on the right side. This one in fair territory. Cade McGee stays with it back at first and makes the catch. So that's that for the Knights in the 8th. They hit batter and nothing more. We go to the 9th. The Knights 13 and Cowlitz 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find
Hey, TJ, when the game ends here, have you gotten enough spots? You don't need to play. Okay, good. I'm going to end it then after this half inning. Call it a night. Thank you.
She got all the tools she needed. They showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Hey veterans, Mid-Willamette Family VetNet and the Corvallis Elks invite you to a Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge. It's a resource fair aimed at providing services and supplies to veterans and their families. Learn about disability and Social Security benefits, employment services, housing and utility assistance, medical and dental resources, and more. Food and drinks will be served at the Lynn Benton Veterans Stand Down Thursday, July 21st from 10 until 2 at the Corvallis Elks Lodge, 1400 North 9th Street.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
The Knights lead it 13-3, and that gives Papa Brooke Knight the luxury of staying away from his frontline relief pitchers, namely Sean Weiss, who told me before the game that he was hot tonight, but Sean won't be needed. The Knights lead it 13-3, and this is not in any way disrespect to the guy that is given the baseball, but it tells you the kind of situation we're in. It's a rarity. Briley Knight is on the bump. And his first pitch here in the top of the 9th inning with the Knights leading 13-3 is stroked into right field for a base hit by Brock Bozette. A leadoff single for Brock in the 9th. And Brady Majeski, the hitter, has had a bunt single, struck out and flied to left. So this is not an emergency pitching situation. It's, in a very real sense for Briley, a good athlete and a guy that will be asked to try to get the final 3 outs, take a little bit of the burden off of the bullpen. Misses high, ball 1 to Majeski. Gets a strike with a fastball, knee high, outside corner. 1-1 the count. I've seen Briley pitch before for the Corvallis. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. And the count 1-2. Brock Bozette, a leadoff single on the first pitch that he saw from Briley. And now with a count of 1-2, Briley comes set and delivers a 1-2 pitch. That's poked foul into the lower grandstand down the right side. Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. Is this coming from the TNT Builders Party? Well, so thank you. Hey, that's awesome. Thanks very much. So they've come through from down to the TNT Builders Party deck after all. Thank you. A delicious looking salad. I'm not sure. They talked about barbecue, but the salad's healthier probably for me anyway. Thank you so much. The 1-2 pitch, Briley takes a look and throws high. Now the 2-2 offering rolled slowly foul up along third. Well, it's kind of the folks down in the left field corner to remember. Right. Jill Schuster team at Triple Oaks Realty and Movement Mortgage. Thank you. Ground ball to short. Spencer Scott to Kennel for 1 to first. Not in time. Eli's throw a little bit offline. An accurate throw would have led to a double play, but it is a fielder's choice, and a nice job by Briley to pitch to contact on the 6-4. Force out at second. 1 away. Austin Smith, the hitter. Austin is singled to center, grounded to second, flied to right, and walked. Briley to the plate and bounces his first pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. That is very kind of the folks at Jill Schuster team at Triple Oaks Realty and Movement Mortgage to remember. 1-0 the count. Roger Ruckert texting to say that in 1969, as we've been talking about the 53rd anniversary of the moon landing, July 20th, Reggie Jackson's 37th, John Double L. Gelnar's 2 losses, Wilbur Wood's 2 losses. Alvin Dark's prophecy coming true. The 1-1 pitch hit foul off third. Timo Becerra comes as far as he can, and the ball lands against the netting on the screen down the line. The count goes to 1-2. Roger was saying what he remembers most about 1969. Thank you for the text, Roger, and thank you for listening. He said many of us were rooting for the amazing Mets. Yes, we all were. By the end of the season of 69, on July 20th, it was still Leo DeRocher and Ernie Banks in Fergie's world. The 1-2 pitch, a chopper to Romero, goes to Spencer Scott at short, who drops the ball. I'm almost thinking Kiko can just go ahead and get an out there at first, step on the bag, get out number 2, and get the 26th out. But he made a good throw to Spencer, who drops the ball at second. So Austin Smith aboard on the fielder's choice. Callan Halverson, the batter. But again, it's one of those situations, a check swing for a strike on Halverson on a good breaking ball from Briley Knight, 0-1 the count. That's a situation. He received the ball right at the bag, up 13-3. Probably best just to step on the bag, and if you want to throw to second and maybe get a tag play, do. But his throw was a good one, so nothing wrong with that. The strike one pitch, Halverson badly fooled, swings and misses. No balls and 2 strikes the count. 13-3 Knights in the top of the 9th inning. Sam Canton, the on-deck hitter. Callan Halverson has 2 of the 7 hits for Cowlitz tonight. 2 for 4, scored a run in the 6th. Riley delivers, pulled foul. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Riley taking some pressure off the bullpen. Good outing for Duke Brotherton. Rylan Hyder was effective. And now Briley trying to finish it off. We hope to visit with Duke for the pregame show tomorrow night. 0-2 the count, 2 on, 1 out, 13-3 Corvallis in the 9th. Briley delivers, fastball, got him swinging, 2 down. Nice job. Briley Knight's stuff looks pretty good. He had Callan Halverson tied up and pulled. Here's Sam Canton representing the last gasp, so to speak, for the Cowlitz Black Bears in a game the Knights have utterly dominated. 13-3, top of the 9th. Riley delivers. First pitch, swung on and missed. 0-1 the count. An error charge to Spencer Scott. First and second. And 2 down, top of the 9th inning. Strike one pitch in the turf. Luca DiPaolo keeps it in front of the plate. 1-1 the count. 2 runs in the first for the Knights, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. The 4th inning, the most exciting frame of the night, a 2-run homer for Brady LeBoy, a 2-run homer for Ethan Lovelace. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on and 2 down. Briley delivers, line drive at Kiko Romero, who makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Knights win it 13-3. Duke Brotherton gets the win. Good pitching out of the bullpen from Rylan Hyder and Briley Knight, and a huge night for the Knights offensively. 13 runs and 16 hits. Cowlitz, 3 runs and 7 hits. The Knights have won the series. They've won 3 straight series. Edmonton, Wenatchee, and now Cowlitz, and the Knights will seek a sweep tomorrow as they improve to 8-4 in second half play. 1,531 looked on. We thank you for tuning our way, both via 1240 Joe Radio and on the live stream. And we'll try it again tomorrow night, 6:25, with Duke Brotherton as our pregame show guest. And then we will visit with as many of the Knights players as we can coming down the stretch in another wonderful summer playing out here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field and throughout the fields of the Pacific Northwest. A big win tonight, 13-3. We'll try it again tomorrow night. For TJ Mathewson, this is Mike Parker from Goss Stadium at Coleman Field thanking you for joining us. The Knights 13, Cowlitz 3. See you tomorrow on 1240.